right, hello everyone and welcome. This is Aurora with Supercharged Math and we are getting ready to start our session for today. Hi, hello. I see some students are logging on. Hello, welcome. Can you guys give me good ear check? How's the sound? Are we sounding good? Give me a thumbs up for good sound. Excellent, good. All right, so we are gonna get started here in just a second. Let me make sure we don't have any echoes or anything weird happening here. Looks like we are good. Let me check a couple of more quick things. All right, I know, happy Monday. Can you believe it's the last Monday in October? I don't know if you got out early enough this morning to see the beautiful moon. Did you guys get to see that? Isn't that pretty? Yeah, if you've never looked at the moon through a pair of binoculars, I highly recommend it. So I know this is math, not astronomy, but I just wanted to throw that out there. All right, a couple of quick announcements. We had a great time at our party on last Thursday, so thank you for joining me. That was super fun. We will have another party if you missed it. We're going, the parties are individually scheduled. And so we will have the next one coming up soon. And starting next week, I actually am going to pull winners for prizes. Winners for prizes. So if you are interested in getting your hands on one of those, I'm actually have a couple of prizes to give away. So it includes one of my favorite rulers that I used when I was an engineer, as well as some of the double dice that I have, as well as another secret prize that comes to you in a packet, and we actually just send it to you. The way you do that is by turning in your work. And so you can send it to me, Aurora. You can email me your best work from the week, Aurora at superchargedscience.com. Or you can put it in the student Facebook group, which I prefer. That way other students can see as well what you're working on. All right, and so that is coming your way next week. I'm excited. At the beginning of class, I'll be able to pull those winners. And yes, so super fun. I've been collecting them, and so we have enough now. I get to pull a prize next week. So if you haven't been turning anything in, make sure you do turn it in. Yes? All right. Well, hello and welcome. We have 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Do you want to play a game? Do you want to play a game? All right, come on, say yes. All right, here we go. Ready? So how many of you have a marker? Look at me. I'm not prepared here. Let me get my markers. There we go. Okay, so you guys have some markers? Okay. Or I would say in your case, all you need is a pen or a pencil. All right. So can you draw me 1, 2, 3, 4 on your paper? Can you do that? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just something fun, a little extra. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then do you see how these are right on top of each other? Go about halfway and go out. 5. And then do the same over here. Go halfway and out. So what is the name for a 6-sided figure? Do you remember? Hexagon. Good. Okay, so here we go. It's a 2-player game, so you can play right hand and then left hand, or you can play 2 people. And the thing is, you're not supposed to make a triangle. So triangles have 3 sides, just don't make one. So say, for example, watch me first and then you can do it. All right, so I'm gonna connect 2 dots. And then I'm gonna use a different color. You can just use the same color if you want, but just so you can see. All right, so now it's your turn. Suppose you're gonna go here. All right. Now, can you see if I go here, I'm in trouble? Can you see if I go here, I'm in trouble? Yeah, it could be a triangle within something, okay? But if I go here, I'm okay, all right? And then it's your turn. Maybe if I go like this, or you go like that. All right, no triangles yet, right? Okay, do you see how we're getting close? Okay, and maybe on my turn, did I make a triangle? No, we call that a trapezoid. Okay, keep going. All right, we're just playing until we get to class. All right, where are you gonna go? What do you think? Where are you gonna go? All right, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which 2 do you want to connect? You tell me. Don't make a triangle. Uh-oh. All right, if you go here, you're gonna make 1. You can't go there, that's already taken. If you go here, you're gonna make 1. That's already taken. If you go here, you're gonna make 2 triangles. All right, so point 1 is out. See any other places you can go? All right, you get the gist of how the game goes, yes? All right, so why don't you take a couple of minutes. You can just play. Again, you can play one opponent. If you don't have somebody there, just play right hand, left hand. Just take turns and see which hand gets out first. So you get out if you, and you don't want to get out, right? If you make a triangle. So isn't that fun? All right, super simple, super easy. Remember, it's 6 dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we made 5 and 6, and 5 and 6 are a little bit out. All right, so you can have fun with that for a minute while we get started with class. You like games like this? I know, I love games. And, all right, you guys want a story? You can't get a story at the beginning of class. You have to earn it. We have to do the class first. Actually, I have a couple of stories. We've been doing lasers in my science classes, and there's just not enough time to tell all the laser stories. So maybe you guys will get a laser story today, because I have to tell them all, right? I have so many fun ones. And I also, does anybody have like a rock collection? Anybody have a rock collection? Maybe crystals or minerals. Yeah, so I have a funny one about that one too. That has to do with decimal numbers. Okay, so let's see. We have 3 minutes to go. If you have any questions before we get started, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. You want to do 1 and 4. If we do 1 and 4, oh, on the bin, is that what you meant? So 1 and 4, if I do that, well, here, let's just do it. I'll do it dashed, okay? If we do 1 and 4, we made 1 triangle, 2 triangles. Oh, you get out. It's fast, isn't it? It is fast. All right. Yes, I will show you. Somebody's asking about tic-tac-toe variations. I will. Can you guys write a date down for me in your notebook? Maybe write it at the top. Anybody interested in astronomy? We had to move our astronomy date due to a couple of reasons. So if you want to join us, it's now on November 17. So we pushed it back a week. So just write November 17. If you're going to join us for astronomy night, that's great. Math is all over astronomy, all over astronomy. Okay. Oh, you guys are showing me your, okay, that's cool. You can show me your don't make a triangle games. That's fine. You want more games like that? Oh, there are so many good. Do I have my favorite math game book? Ooh, I don't think I do. Do you guys like secret codes? Do you like secret codes? My favorite secret code book for you guys is this one. This one's called Codes, Ciphers, and Secret Writing, and this one's by Martin Gardner. Okay, so we use his stuff all the time in almost every single class. He's just an incredible mathematician. Another one that I like, if you like math puzzles, is this book series. It's called Sideways Arithmetic, and you probably have seen this. This is an old one. When I was in school, they had this one. So this is another, it's like secret codes, but it's a little bit different. You can see inside the book, there's actually, it's not just a reading book, it's a do-it math book. All right, shall we begin? Shall we begin? Yes? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. If you have questions during class, you know what to do. You're just going to type them in so I can answer them real time as we are working through and also as appropriate. And all right, rev up your engines. You guys ready? Put your hands together. Oh, you guys want the oh yeah story? Oh, that's a good one. Put your hands together and say, oh yeah. All right, let's do our official welcome. Ready? Hello and welcome. This is Aurora with Supercharged Math, and today we are going to start a new unit. Yay! We are going to be starting decimals. We are going to spend 7 weeks in decimals, and we just finished 7 weeks in fractions. So if you've had enough fractions and you want to do something different and it involves M&Ms, this is the right area for you. Okay, so what we're going to start with is if you happen to have the handout that I put together for you, it looks like this. It's 4 pages long. You can grab the handout. If you're not a handout person, no problem. You can just watch this class and enjoy it and have some fun. If you forgot to print it and you're thinking, oh, I need something and I'm not prepared, go like this. You actually don't need it. So it's just, I put it together if you want help taking notes. I know I tend to talk fast, so I put together some things that would be easy for you to take notes on. You know what a lot of students are telling me that they're doing? Here, I'm just grabbing some pencils, or excuse me, in my case, pens, because you can see it on the camera, is that they are watching the class and then they go back and take notes. So they just watch and have a good time and just shout out the answers. So it's up to you what you want to do. All right, I know what I want to do. I want to get into it, yeah? All right, if I was to ask you, what is decimals? What would you say? Imagine I'm like, I don't know, a little kid, maybe like 2nd grade. What would you say decimals are? Can you do that right now while I pull up my slides? So what are decimals? If we're going to study it, we have to kind of get a feeling for what is it. So what do you think decimals are? Okay, go ahead. What do you think? Okay, numbers. Okay, that's good. Anybody else? All right, what else? Decimals are money. Okay, money can be represented in decimal form. Yep. Dollars and cents. Okay, good. What else are decimals? What else? Go ahead and tell me. Whatever you want. Here, I'm just going to read some. All right, decimals are fractions. Okay, they are fraction numbers that can be expressed. Good. How are they different from fractions? Maybe think about that. Okay, numbers without a full part, so they have some left over. Okay, decimals, when I have to share with my sister. Okay, so I'm guessing maybe you have 3 cookies and then you have to split it with her, right? And now you each have 1.5, right? Okay, so you should have 1.5. That's perfect. I love it. Okay, let's see, what else? The problems on my homework. Okay, good. It's a number and a fraction part. Okay, good. All right, something that is more than 0. Yes, that is true. You can have negative decimals too. All right, you can owe money, right? You can owe money. Excellent. Okay, not full numbers. Okay, so that seems to be the most response. Okay, so let's get started. So here we go. This is the first page of the handout. Again, if you don't have it, don't worry. Just grab a blank sheet of paper in your notebook and let's get started. All right, so decimals have a whole number part and I want you to write in the word fraction, separated by a decimal point. Okay, so whole number and a fraction. Okay, so it's fraction plus a whole number. Whole number is 1, 2, 4, 10, a million. Okay, so the whole number is the part that you've been studying for a long time. Okay, it's when you count on your fingers. And the decimal part, yeah, that's this guy right here. All right, and can you circle that decimal point for me? Can you circle that? All right, so I'm going to switch now to plain sheets of paper because my Sharpies are too big. Okay, so here we go. Decimals have a whole number and a fraction part. So you tell me which part is the fraction on this one. Okay, just shout it out. What part is the fraction? Let me get a darker color. Yeah, the 0.145. So you would say the 0.145. You just wouldn't say 145. So if I said, what's the fraction? You got to tell me it's a fraction by saying point. Okay? And what's the whole number? Good. All right. You tell me yes or no. Thumbs up or thumbs down. That is a decimal. Yes or no? No, that's a whole number. No, that's not a decimal number. All right. How about this number? Yes or no? What do you think? It's a big number, lots of zeros. Is that a decimal number? No. 75,000 cookies. Nope, not a decimal number. Okay. All right, how about this? Yes or no? Yeah, it's got to have a whole number and a fraction part. Okay. How about this? Yes or no? Well, I would say no. This is a fraction. You can write it as a decimal. We're going to learn how to do that. How about this one? Yes or no? Yes, thumbs up. Good. How about that? Okay, ooh, this one's a no. This one's a yes. This one's a no. What about this one? Yes, and what about this one? Yeah, no. Okay, so you're kind of getting a feeling for which ones are yeses, which ones are no's. So yes, we have a decimal that separates 2 numbers. One of those numbers can be a 0. That's totally fine. But anything else? No, not a fraction. Or I'm sorry, not a decimal, not a decimal. Okay, so let's take a look and see how these things are built. Let's see how they're built. Imagine I have an ice cube tray. I don't even know if people have these anymore, but you can imagine. It looks like a tiny little plastic thing with like a muffin tray, but the muffins are square. Okay, so there's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you tell me what is 7 over 10 in here? Can we shade that together? Yeah, so 10 means that's how many is possible. 7 means that's how many ice cubes I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Say this number out loud for me. How would you say that? 7, and then what would you say? Tenths. Tenths. Okay, so this is the part I want you to pay attention to today. 7 tenths. Okay, what does that mean? That means 7 tenths. This is the 10th part of a number. Okay, this is the whole number. So if I said 1.2, I would say 1, and when the decimal point comes in, I'd say and then this is a 2 tenths. As long as there's only one number to the right of the decimal point, you just say the number and you say the word tenths. So try this one. What would this be? 6, you don't have to say the 0. Just say 6 tenths. Good. How about this? 1 and, what's this one? 6 tenths. Yep. Here, let's try this. Say 3 and, the decimal point is and then 4 tenths. Okay, good. All right, so let's hop over to page number 1 on your handout. Page number 1. Okay, coloring time. Say this number for me. Just say it out loud. 2 and 2 tenths. So that's 2 and 2 tenths. Do you see how saying it out loud helps you figure out what the fraction is? 2 and 2 tenths. Can you color it in? Oh, yes, definitely. All right, so we have 1, 2, and then what do we do? Then what do we do? So this is the 2. That's this part. Okay, and then we have the 2 tenths. 2 over 10 is 1, 2. That's all we're interested in. So this is 2 and 2 tenths. Okay, so this was the whole unit, 1, and there's 2 of them, 2 tenths. All right, now you do this one and then tell me when you're done. Okay, so say it out loud, 5 and 1 tenth. Good. So we have a 5 and 1 tenth. So what does that look like here? Here, I'll do mine off camera, and then let's see if we have them. Okay, and let's see if we have them. Okay. All right, so you're coloring these in same as me, right? How many of that last one are we doing? All of it? No, not all of it. Show me. How'd you do? Did you get that one? Yay, so what do we have? 1, 2, 3. Here, would it help if I outlined it? Here's 1, count, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5 whole pizzas and 1 tenth. That's what that means. Okay, last one. Can you do 3 and 4, 3.4? All right, so Zoomers, I can see you. Can you show me 3.4 when you're done? Okay, so yep, you can just show me on the camera. Show me when you're done. 3.4 is not the same as 3 and, oh, it is. Okay, all right, so 3.4. Yes, sorry, I thought you said 3.25. Excellent. Can you show me when you've got this one? Here, I'll do it off camera. All right, and then let's see how you do. Should have brought my crayons today, too. Excellent. All right. Show me, show me. Excellent. That looks good, Evelyn. Excellent. Stacy, looking great. Audrey, perfect. Is it Live? Is that right? I apologize if I'm not saying your name right. Correct. Umar, beautiful. Andy, love it. All right. How does that look? Did you guys get the 4 right there? Excellent. Lucas, that's looking great. Perfect. Evelyn, Lillian, excellent. Samuel, Leilani, is that right? I'm sorry. Yes. Beautiful. Yay! All right, big old smile, because we are just zooming right along. Okay, if I said the word to you, decimal fraction, would you start to panic? All right, what is a decimal fraction? It sounds like something you should not be doing, right? It's like, wait, you're either a decimal or a fraction. How could you be both? It just means that it doesn't have a whole number part. So watch this. If I said 0.6, that would be a decimal fraction. Give me another example of a decimal fraction. Okay, it just means it doesn't have a whole number part. Can you give me an example and I'll read a couple out? Can you do that? 0.5. Yep, that's good. Here, I'll just write some of yours down. 0.75. Good. I'm seeing a 0.001. Good. That's a decimal fraction. 0.98. Okay, what else? Let's pick a couple more. 7.8 is not a decimal fraction. Here we go. 0.50. Okay, and 0.49. Okay, what do all of these have in common? I'll give you a hint. What number are all of these less than? What number? A really special number, actually, in math. That's right. Decimal fractions must always be less than 1. Less than 1. Okay, so that's pretty easy, right? And you notice we've got a couple of digits here, right? It doesn't matter as long as this first thing is 0. So that's what we call a decimal fraction. Okay, So let's take a look at our next page. So the decimal point separates the whole number from the fraction, right? So if I give you this, how many different decimal numbers can you make? Okay, what are they? Okay, we could make 2.5. 2.50, I'll keep the 0. What else could I do? Yep, I could put 0.25. Yep. Any other fraction numbers? There's one more. There's one more. Yep, 25.0. Excellent. Okay, now some people would argue that this is a decimal, but there's no fraction part here. So for us, I'm going to say not right now. Let's just keep it, the definition simple. Okay, so I can make 3. So do you notice how these are very different amounts? If this was money, which one would you be most interested in? 1, 2, or 3? Which one would you be most interested in? Yeah, probably this one. Why? Because the whole number part is the biggest, right? 25 is much bigger than, 0, right? So I'm much more interested in, this is a number that's about 25. This number, this is a quarter in your pocket, right? This is a quarter. The very different experience than having $25 versus a quarter, especially when you want to buy something. All right. For example, let's say you and I run a stand. You know, we're here. Okay, and we have our little sign, and it says home baked goods, and you're behind the counter, and we're selling things. All right, on our sign, it says lemonade. Lemonade, yum, right? Actually, I just made some homemade lemonade last night. It was, my kids were very polite when they said it was pucker up juice. Okay, so which price, the first one or the second one, would be most appropriate? The first one, really? Which one would you make more money at? I'm guessing you'll get 0. Zero sales there. We're going to talk about running a business soon. Yeah, so this is more appropriate. All right, then we're going to go to a car dealership. A car dealership. Going to buy one of these new cars. And the car sticker on it says a price. Does the price say this? Or does it say this? Which one? Which one? 2? Really? For a new car? Uh-oh, you guys got to get yourselves to a car dealership. No, yeah, it's going to be, if it was this, your parents would be buying lots of cars right now, right? This is, the gas would be more expensive than the car. All right, good. All right, how much are gas prices where you live? What are gas prices right now? Do you want to know what they are for me? You tell me, is your gas price more or less than mine? What is your gas price? Tell me some gas prices. Let's put it down. Okay, what are they? You think less? Yeah, probably. I live in California. That's why they're like this. Okay. All right. Somebody said 587. Which number is bigger? Okay. So when we start to look at decimal points, where the decimal point is matters. $100 versus $1 for lemonade, right? Where it is matters. That's going to change the number. And also, where it is matters. So when we're going to start to compare numbers, we start with the whole number because you're good at whole numbers. So 7 and 5, who's bigger? Yeah, 7, right? So you don't even have to worry about this part. You can already tell this is bigger. Somebody's got more. $4.06? Are you serious? I'm coming to visit. Where is that? I'm going to come visit you. Okay, somebody's got gas at $4 a gallon. Nice. Okay, so the decimal point matters, right? I actually recently went to go buy a new couch. I didn't actually buy one because I thought they were too expensive. What do you think? What do you think the sticker said on the couch? Which one? Number 1 or number 2? I don't know if I can draw a couch. What do you think? Does this kind of look like a couch? Sort of, maybe. You guys are probably better at making couches. Yeah. Okay, so this is a couch maybe from Goodwill. But where's a new couch? A new couch. Yes, it's going to be the top one. Yep, okay, it's going to be a new couch. So what we want you to see is, yes, it does matter where you put that decimal point. Okay, good. All right, so You guys done giggling and laughing? All right. So let's take a look at, let's see, what have we got here? A decimal fraction. Oh, did you guys write the decimal fraction down for these? Can you do that really quick? Super fast? Okay, do 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Decimal fraction, we just talked about this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right. So it's clear that it's a decimal. So this one, I'm going to say is, what would go here is 0. Okay, and then I'm going to put the point in this box, I guess. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Actually, I probably did that wrong. I think one of these boxes is supposed to be, let's see if I can do this without disturbing my camera too much. Let's see. You know how we erase, let's see, did I mess that up? I did. Okay. You know how we erase Sharpie, right? Go like this. There we go. All right, let's try this again. I think what was supposed to go in here is 0.5, and this is 5/10. Okay. All right, and this one is all of them filled except the last one. So I'm going to call that 0.9, also known as 9/10. And you tell me, what's this last one? What should this last one be? How many are shaded? Yeah, just 2, right? 2 out of 10. So we call that 2/10. 2/10. One question is coming up. Do you have to put the 0 in front of, or can I just write 0.2? Here's what I've found over the years. Technically, this is correct. In your workbook, we actually talk about you could write numbers like this. The problem I found is 9 times out of 10, when you do it this way, you'll at one point when you're doing calculations that are more advanced, you'll drop the decimal point and that'll become a 2. Because it's really easy to miss a dot on your paper. So just for clarity, and I learned this a long time ago when I was working at NASA when I was in high school, and all the engineers said we always write the 0 when there's a decimal point. Back then it was for copy machines, because when the copy machine would copy it, they would see a number like this, and then the copy machine would do this, and they'd know, oh yeah, there's supposed to be a decimal point there. So that's why I do it this way. Okay, and so look down here. So we have a decimal number. Can you say the whole number part for me? 594. Okay, so you say 594, and then 0.2 is 2/10. Good. All right, so let's take a look at a number line. You guys like number lines? I like number lines because I use them all the time, and they are called measuring tapes. All right. So if you don't have a handout, you're just going to draw this on your page. You're just going to draw a line. It'll look like this. Okay. It'll look like this. Okay. And then you'll have a number here for 0 and 1 and 2. Okay. And you have little arrows. And then you can put 10. So this is 0. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So there's 10 tick marks between 0 and 1. So this is 0, and this first one is 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10. Okay, and then you can do the same here. Oops, I didn't evenly do that. Okay. All right, so let me use the nicer version here. All right, so for A, I'm saying that A, just write in 1.3. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So A, where is that? So it's past the 1, so that's the whole number. And then if we look, it's not to the 2, so we know the 1 is going to be here. And then we simply count 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then this is 3/10. So this is 10 tick marks. So this is 1 and 3 out of 10. So for decimals, the fraction part is always a multiple of 10. It could be 100, could be 1,000. In our case right now, it's going to be just 10. Okay, so it's really easy to read this ruler, isn't it? All right, so can you give me, show me where on this number line B is if it's 2.5? Where's B going to be? Okay, so if you've done it this way, you might have to extend this out. Okay, so extend that out. So show me, where is 2.5? And if this is easy and you'd like the next one, let's make C, let's say 4.1 and 0.7. All right. So feel free to show me when you've got it. Somebody has $3 gas in Colorado? No way. Wow. Okay, we're all going to Colorado on a road trip so we can fill up there. Okay, so B, where is B? B is going to be, so we look at the whole number part first. So 1, 2. Okay, so it's going to be between 2 and 3. And then 5 means we go 5 tick marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right here is B. Okay, C. C is going to be 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So the whole number are the big numbers here. Okay, and then 0.1 is right here for C. Excellent. And D, how about we use a different color? So D will be this blue color. Okay, 0.7. So if the whole number is 0, so we start here and we won't quite get to the 1. So we have 0.7. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, which is there. Oh, wait. I should be marking D, not 0.7. There we go. All right. All right, so that's D. All right, if this is making sense, give me a big old smile. So we are doing good. How are we doing? You're doing good? Okay, great. All right, so and if you have questions, you're asking me as we go through. You're asking questions so I can help. Okay, and now we're getting we're getting price per liter. Okay, now we're in other countries. This is awesome. I love it. Yeah, feel free to give me your gas prices. I'd love to see. Okay, so how do we do this? Okay, so we are going to be using the greater than, less than, or equal sign. Okay, so I have, just look at the first one, 3.6 and 0.9. So let me write it big. 3.6 and 0.9. So how do you do this? So what you do is you put your finger on each one in turn. So first, let's do the whole number. So don't look at those. What's bigger, 3 or 0? 3. So the alligator is going to eat the bigger number. See? Okay, let's do another one. 0.1 and 0.6. What do you do if the whole numbers are the same? Then you hop, skip, and jump to the next number. Okay, we skip over the decimal point because you can't compare that. So 0 and 0, 1 and a 6. Who's bigger, 1 or 6? Yeah, the 6. So it goes that way. Our mouth opens to the larger number. Good. What was the other one? 2 and 2.0. What do you think about that one? What are your ideas? What's the difference between them? Okay. Yeah, you're right. You should be doing this. Okay, so pause there for a second. In math, these are the same. If we were in a physics class, these are different. Okay, they're the same for us. But because of this thing, in physics class, this tells me this measurement is more accurate, and we get into that later. But for math class, just know that this is exactly the same. Okay. And then the last one is 2.7 and 2.6. Okay, who's bigger? All right, so 2's are the same. Who's bigger, 7 or 6? Yeah, and it goes right there. All right, so how are we feeling about this? How are we feeling? So pause for a second. Let's see how we're doing. Yes, because we only have one little more bit to go. We actually covered quite a bit. Would you agree? We've actually been covering quite a bit. Yeah, good. Okay, so you're asking me questions as we're going through. Oh, South Carolina is $2.67 a gallon. That's amazing. Okay, I guess I need to go to South Carolina. Actually, you guys know you can come to California, right? Did I tell you this? I might be teaching live science camp over the summer for the first time in 8 years. So if you like to shoot rockets and you like to make burglar alarms and you get to do all that, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't released any dates yet, but just keep that under your hat. Okay, so we have one more thing we're going to talk about. One more thing. Okay, blank sheet of paper. Blank sheet of paper. All right, I'm going to take some of your gas prices here. And I have, let me round them up a little, 4.1, and I have a 3.2. Lucky ducks is all I can say, let me tell you. Okay, I want to add these numbers together. How do I do that? Well, if I said 4 plus 3, what would you tell me? Yeah, you just tell me 7 and you'd get on with your life and it'd be easy, right? But because we got decimal points here, we have to get a little bit fussy. So let me show you how we're going to do that. So the most important thing I want you to remember is for addition and subtraction, you must line up the decimal points. And that works best if you line up the numbers. So 4.1, okay, and then you just put the decimal point here and expand out both ways. So 3 and 2, and you add them. Okay, and everybody stays in their own lane. Okay, the 1 plus 2 is 3. Carry the decimal point down. 4 plus 3 is 7. All right, and that is how you add decimals. Super easy, right? Let's practice so you get comfortable. Okay, I have another one, 3.1 and 2.2. Okay, so for this one, you're going to rewrite it, stack them on top of each other, 3.1, 2.2. So sometimes these numbers get really, really big. So I start with the decimal point and then go that way, and then I go this way. Okay. So stack them, line up the decimal point. You can even put a little dash line to help you remember. Okay, and everybody is in their own lane. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Decimal point is here. 3 plus 2 is 5. And that's your final answer. If this seems really easy, smile. So I know this is feeling really easy. Okay, good. All right, so let's make it a little harder. Let's make it a little, yes, somebody's asking, when you compare numbers, do you compare the, yeah, you always compare the place value, the same place value. Okay, great. What if it's a larger number? Let's do some larger numbers. 10.2 and 1.4. Okay, 10.2 and 1.4. Can you guys stack those for me? Okay, so I'm going to do them here, and then you look up at the screen when you're ready. Okay, I have two possibilities. Two possibilities. All right, let's start with one and see how it goes. All right, so I have this. I have a 2. I'm going to bring it down. I have, here, a decimal point. I have a 0 and a 4. I have another decimal point, and 1 and 1 is 2. All right, does that look right? Or does that look like somebody got really creative with their math and broke a lot of rules? Yeah, this is like the kid that's wearing like a pants for a shirt or something. Yeah, no, that's not what we're looking for. I mean, I've never seen a number with 2 decimal points, first of all. So what went wrong here? What did the student not do right? Yeah, we didn't line up the decimal points. Okay, so push this one over. Push it over. So the decimal points line up, and then here's the lanes. 2 plus 4 is 6. Bring down, the decimal point should line up. See that, how they didn't? It was like, wait, and then I didn't know what to do. 0 plus 1 is 1, and just drop the 1. If there's nothing here, that's a 0. So the answer is 11.6, not 2.4.2. Good. All right, let's do another one. So yes, somebody's already asking about multiplication. I will answer that question in just a second. Hang on. Let's get a little bit more paper here. Okay, so let's do subtraction. Okay, same rules. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack the numbers. And then 2.1, here's my decimal point. 1 goes that way, 2 goes that way, and don't forget the minus sign. Okay, so same thing, addition and subtraction, you must line up the decimal point or you will get the wrong answer. Okay. Can you do this kind of subtraction? Sure. 1 from 6 is 5. 2 from 5, 3. And nothing from 1 is 1. And drop the decimal point. Okay. So we have 13.5. Does that look right? Does that look right? Give me a head nod if that's looking right. Yeah, kind of? Okay, your turn. 23.5 minus 2.3. 23.5 minus 2.3. You do that one. Okay, I want you just to do this far. Just line them up. Just line them up. That's all I want you to do. Okay. All right, I'm going to do mine off screen, and then we'll see how you did. And if you want to go ahead and subtract them, absolutely go for it. All right, did you line them up? How'd you do? Yes? Okay. What do we have? 3 from 5 is how much? 2. All right, 2 from 3, 1, 2. There we go. 21 and 2/10. So if the decimal point is causing some confusion, you can also just ignore it and just do subtraction, because I know you're already good at addition and subtraction because you've had lots of practice, right? Lots of practice. Okay. Let's try some weird ones. Can we try some weird ones? All right. So, and I do have a good story for you, absolutely. 15.7 minus 0.6. What do you do here? I know I've got some dots here from the Sharpie. All right, so what do you do here? Okay, so give me the answer. Go ahead and give me the problem. Go ahead and stack it up. That's right, stack it up. You guys are still giving me gas prices. I love it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll do a couple more. All right, so 15.7. Where do you put the 0.6? And I'm going to add a 0 just because I'm more comfortable with my numbers like that. Okay? You do what you need to so you don't make mistakes is usually what I'd recommend. Okay, so what do I have? I have 6 from 7 is 1, decimal point. 0 from 5 is 5, and we drop the 1. I have 15.1. You can also check your answer by taking your answer you got from subtraction and adding one of the numbers to see if you get the other number. And I get 15.7, and these match. So I can always check my answer if I'm not sure. I would do that on a test, absolutely, because that's when it really counts, right? Okay. You have enough gas in, well, you should. You've got plenty of gas prices are perfect where you live. Okay. You got enough gas for a couple more? Let's do a couple more. I want you to set these up. I'm going to give you 2 this time. I'm going to give you 2. Actually, I'll give you 3. Okay, ready? You're just gonna set them up. Okay, there's 1, 2, and actually let's just do 2 because I'm going to run out of room. Okay, so set them up first. Stack both of them, and then you can do the operation. Okay. So go ahead and stack them up. Here, I'll do them off screen here. I'll move them down here for you. Okay, so I have Are you seeing a problem yet? Yes, I'm sure you are. We haven't done this kind yet, have we? Okay, did you stack up both of them? So give me a smile if you're ready. Give me a smile if you're ready. Oh, I see some frowns. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Here we go. Let's talk about just the first one then. Can we just do the first one here? I'll slide it over so you don't see the second one. Okay. Here's the first one. Okay, so can I take 8 from 1? If I have 1 cookie and you come up and you say, I want 8. I'm probably going to hand you like a mixing bowl and the ingredients, right? So we're going to have to borrow here. So remember from subtraction before, this is going to go down 1, and this is going to go up 1. This is going to go down by 1. That means this is the place value here, and the 1 means this is 11. So 8 from 11 is 3. We're going to drop the decimal point. And then we have 2 from 8. We're okay there. So that's a 6. And then we drop the 1. Good? All right, give me a thumbs up if this is looking good. You're like, oh, yeah, I think I remember how to do that. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. How about this one? Can we take $9 from somebody who has 6? No, that doesn't work. All right, so let's borrow from somebody else. Okay, put the 1 there. How about if they have $16? Yeah, we go over there and say, hey, remember how I treated you to a milkshake last week? Yeah, okay, so 9 from 16 is how much? 9 from 16, that should be a 7. Okay, and then what do we have? 3 from 4 is a 1. Is that the right answer? You better shake your head no. What's wrong? If you put this, would you get full marks on a test? Who's missing? Yeah, you forgot to drop the decimal point. Now that's right. You can't get 17 from 5.6 by subtracting something. Good. All right. I promised one more. Here is the bonus one. This is the one I want to see answers to. last problem we're going to do before I let you loose. And you guys get to actually run a candy store this week. 104.7 plus 5.2. All right, you do that one for me. And tell me what you get for an answer. Imagine the answer is like a secret code. It's a secret code to Aurora's story. Okay, so stack them up. I have a few students saying, I don't feel like I know how to do this one. That's okay. Just line up the decimal points. Write the first number down, and then line up the decimal points for the second one. Okay, and then you can go ahead and add them. All right, when you're done, look up here and tell me student A, B, or C has it right. Which student? A, B, or C, or 1, 2, or 3? 1, 2, or 3. Yes, you caught that, didn't you? Okay, great. Decimal points only line up here. So nope and nope. Good. Okay, so what do we have? 2 and 7 make a 9. And then that also makes a 9. And we drop the 10 because there's nothing to add. And here's your decimal point, 109.9. Yay! All right, so how are you feeling about this now? Yes? Feeling good? Feeling like, wow, I think I earned my story today. Do you feel that? Okay, stand up, shake your body out. All right, woohoo, you did it. Congratulations, yay. Okay, so I had a couple of questions that didn't get answered. So let me answer them really, really quickly, and let me scan for the rest of the questions that I didn't scan for. Okay, you guys are still giving me gas prices. That's awesome. Okay, so it looks like I did answer most of them. The only other one was the place value question. So yes, if you have, somebody gave me a crazy one. You want to see it real quick? Okay, so they said, what about a number like this, 16.937 compared with 16.973? Okay, so what we're going to do, can you guys do this one with me? This is a good problem. All right, we compare the 1s, they're the same. The 6, they're the same. The 9, they're the same. Who's different? Yeah, so we haven't talked about this, but this is the 100th place. You see 7 and 3. So which way does the alligator go? Which way, is it greater than, less than? Yeah, it's going to go that way, okay, because 3 is less than 7. This reads 3 is less than 7. 7 is greater than 3. Good. Okay, that was a good question. I think I got most of them. Okay, all right. So once upon a time, here, so story time, ready? So once upon a time, there was a boyfriend-girlfriend. They were dating for a couple of years, and he decides he wants to propose. Okay, so it's my roommate in college. And so he proposes to her. And he's got the ring, and he was so excited. He had planned this big day for it, and he was so excited, but he couldn't wait. And so as soon as she opens the door for their date, because they're going to go out on a date, and he had this romantic thing, she was like so excited. Or she didn't know a thing, right? So he was a little bit late because he was doing all these preparations, and so she was getting a little upset, and she was like, maybe he doesn't love me. Maybe, and like, they've been dating for years, right? And so he knocks on the door, and she opens it, and she's like, where have you been? And he's like, are you ready for our date? And she goes, I guess. And she's just being kind of like not nice. And so he goes, he couldn't wait. He's so excited. And he goes, will you marry me? And she's like, what? And he opens the box with the ring, and she goes, and she didn't know what to say. She was like, she wanted to say yes, but she was still feeling a little angry. You ever felt like that? Like you want to say yes, but you're still like holding on to a little bit of a grudge. You ever done that before? I know I have. Yeah. You're like, right. So she was still there. And so she goes, to buy herself time, she goes, well, how do I know it's a real ring? How do I know it's like a real diamond? And by the way, what I tell you now, please do not do, because this will seriously happen to you. So she goes over and he goes, no, it's a real diamond. He goes, I want to marry you. I love you. Right. And she goes, she takes the diamond. She takes the diamond off her finger, or it wasn't on her finger. She takes it out of the box. She goes to a mirror and she goes like this. And sure enough, the diamond slices the mirror. She turns around. She's so shocked. She goes, "Oh, yes, I'll marry you." So why did that happen? Because diamonds have a hardness. Diamonds. If you look up the hardness of a diamond, let's see. I had it down here at a 10.0. Glass, depending on the type of glass, it will have a hardness of about 5.6. Which number is bigger? Yeah, this one. Which one's going to make a scratch? This one, right? Okay, so, and have your parents, anybody have like marble counters in your house? Anybody have a marble? You guys are laughing. Okay, you can laugh at that story. I thought it was kind of funny. So after that, it was smooth sailing. She was like, "I'm so sorry." So, all right. Anyone have marble counters at your house, right? Maybe like nice. You're not sure. Okay. It looks like a rock, but it's really, really smooth. So, or maybe you've got like vinyl counters or something. Your mom says use when you've got a knife and you're cutting, right? Assuming you're allowed to do that, right? You've got a knife. She'll say use a cutting board, right? Why does she want you to use a cutting board? Well, because in her mind, she is clearly thinking a knife. Now that has a hardness of about 5.5. Well, let's just call it 5.0 or 5.2. That has a hardness of 5.2. If this is marble, marble is soft. It has a hardness of 3.1. Who's going to win? Even though it looks like a rock. That's why they make marble statues, because they use a knife to carve them. This is going to win. You're going to put grooves in the marble counter. And it also reacts with acid. That's why if you have a lemon and you put it upside down, you'll get a mark there that'll never come out. So marble counters are very high maintenance because they're so soft and they're also reactive to acids. So if you have, somebody's asking about quartzite. Quartzite counter is about, I think it's a 7.2. So who's going to win? Also, your mom will say use a cutting board because what is going to happen to your knife? Is it going to stay nice and sharp? Or is it going to get, yeah, say it, dull? It's going to dull your blade really, really quickly because you're on, now the counter is safe, but your knife is in trouble. So what are we doing? We're comparing decimal numbers because this is actually the Mohs hardness, M-O-H-S, Mohs hardness for minerals. Okay, so how was that for a story? Good, good, good? They got married, they lived happily ever after. All right. Okay, so isn't that fun? Yay! Okay, you guys have plenty to do. Let me show you what you do have to do. We have on the website, we have decimals, which is right here. And whoops, I'm already halfway down the page. Okay, so you're in decimals, session number 1. So you're going to go to decimals and just, here, can you see that? Make it a little bigger. Okay, decimals, session number 1. And then right under the parent video, it will have the math assignments outline. Okay, so you'll see your job is to take a look at workbook number 1. You're doing pages 1 through 23. Now, if this is new for you, then just do a few pages a day. And remember, you don't have to do every problem on every page. Just make sure you understand what it is we're going for and you're able to do it yourself and get the answers right. All right, anybody want some help doing the workbook? Anybody want help? Okay, so scroll down until you see it says workbook number 1. Pages 1 through 13, and then keep going. Pages 14 to 23. So I will work through the workbook with you every single page. So if you need that, that is there. How many people wish they had another class like this and I would go a little bit longer today, just on decimals? Anybody want more practice? Okay, so what you do is, this is the top of the page. This is the parent video. It's just for parents. Scroll down. Do you see where it says beginner level? This is last year's recording of this class. And so different problems. And so it's an extra class if you would like it. If you've already got it and you're like, no, Aurora, just give me the assignments. I'm ready. Then you're going to use the math assignments for the week. So there are 2 different things. Okay, so eyeballs up here just for a second. If you are still not comfortable with decimals and you want to get more familiar with whole numbers, you're going to run the candy shop. if you're ready for decimals and you're like, okay, I followed what she said, I think I can do it, you're gonna do the fast food restaurant. It's the same thing, only the numbers are different. So Candy Shop is for students just with whole numbers, but if you wanna start the one on decimals, it's the same thing. Don't do both, just do one. Smile so I know this makes sense. I hope it's not too confusing because otherwise it's gonna look like a ton of work. So, okay, I see lots of smiles, good. And then you just can keep scrolling down the page to the level that you're on. So you're gonna do the workbooks. Again, Candy Shop, whole numbers only, okay? So if you just need some practice with whole numbers, or if you have a sibling and you'd like them to do math with you, and they're younger, and this is appropriate for them, absolutely print it out and have them work on it with you. Okay, intermediate section, we got a lot of fun things for you. You're gonna run a fast food restaurant and learn about how to do that with pricing and so forth. If those of you who like to play dominoes, you're gonna play a domino game with decimals until you print these out. You're gonna reuse these dominoes for more games throughout this unit. And then those of you who like card games and do you see my dice there? Do you see how there's like a 9-sided dice? No, I shouldn't say that, 9-sided, that came out wrong. But the number of pips, the number of little dots on the dice are 9. So you can make your own dice, and I show you how to do this in this video. And if you want more work with place value, and you have like little beads or Skittles or something like that, you can do that as well. And so, and then the advanced students, again, remember advanced is for students who already know how to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of decimals. And it's like no problem for you. Then you're gonna go into geography, which is our first lesson. So those of you who enjoy geography, you're gonna go down there. We have some basics. We're also gonna track animal migration. We're gonna do tracking sea turtles. Anybody like sea turtles? So you can actually go and there is live science data and you pick the turtle that you wanna track for real. So this connects you with that program. And then I walk you through one of the sea turtles I did where you can see how you can track them through time. Doesn't that sound like fun? Yeah, so, all right, so then, and then they only get tracked for like 6 months or so, and then the scientists find the turtle and they take the tracking device off. So, yeah. And then we talk about the Earth's magnetic North Pole. And does anybody have a friend who lives in a different country? Or know of someone who lives in a different country? Okay, so if this is as if you did, and then, so if you didn't, now you do, and then they're gonna send you postcards, and they're globe-trotting. That means they're going around the world, and they're gonna send you postcards, and you've gotta figure out where they are, because they're giving you latitude and longitude, and you gotta figure out where is that. So that's the activity that's in there. And then if you like, if you've ever played the game Battleship, you can do that with your geography too. And we have our math challenge. All right, and we do have this is the last week for submissions if you want to submit for the math fair. So I've gotten a number of submissions already. If you worked on something for the math fair and you want to turn it in, remember science fair, math fair, this is your last week. So you want to make sure that you get those turned in as well. If you have questions, let me know. You have more than enough to get started. I hope you enjoyed your introduction to decimals. And if you need to reach me, it's Aurora at superchargedscience.com. All right, you have friends in Japan? Oh, wow, that's nice. Yeah, my best friend lives in Canada, so awesome. And I recently went to Italy, and so now I have friends in Italy. So I get postcards. The postcard took 2.5 months to get to myself. Like I mailed myself a postcard. It just showed up like last week. It took so long. Okay, so I will see you soon. You have plenty to do. Go to decimal session number 1, start with the workbook, and then you can go and do the activities. And I will see you. Your next session is on Wednesday with Doug, and then you can see Leah on Friday if you'd like more individual one-on-one help in the study hall. I think that answered everything, yes? All right, I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.